how exciting is to visit a country so far like Chile? You know, we are like at the end of the map down south.
It is very exciting. I've never been. I've only heard wonderful stories, from other musicians who have gone, but I've never been there before. So I'm incredibly excited to immerse myself in the culture, if just for a short time.
Yeah, well, Samara, one of the things we are impressed is you're only 25 and have already achieved many recognition in the world of jazz, and
Mhm.
it's a genre many consider like from another era, right? So, what made you connect emotionally with this kind of music?
I think there's a common pursuit that all artists sort of strive for, and that's to uh, continue to grow and continue to
Hmm.
explore not just jazz, not just, uh, any sort of specific topic or person, but just explore music. And I think what drew me to jazz was the fact that the musicians had so much depth and so much freedom of expression through their music and through their compositions and through their writing. It seemed like they were limitless, and
Hmm.
it seemed like they could play or sing anything and make it sound, not only make it sound good, but make you feel it. And so I think that's what drew me to it. It wasn't necessarily a certain style or an era. It was just that seemed to be the consistent message maybe that I was getting. And um hopefully that can be the same kind of emotion that I um, evoke from other people when they listen to what
Yeah.
I do, is the authenticity behind it, the freedom, and the love for the music above it all. So
Yeah, well, is that connected with your own story? You come from a family with a strong musical background, especially in gospel. How much of that root is still present when you're on stage?
I think that it's something that is always going to be a part of who
Hmm.
I am. It's going to be a part of my voice. It's going to find its way um, into my music in one way or another. Um, I think listening to gospel and R&B and soul music growing up, I just became a much better maybe listener. Like
Hmm.
I wanted to copy everything that I heard. I wanted to be just as powerful and just as, soulful and once again as free as the artist that I was hearing. So it's definitely a big part of my voice, and I still consider it a big part of who I am.
Hmm. Is it difficult to find this own voice within a language as codified, maybe as traditional jazz vocals?
Mm. I think we all kind of naturally have our own voices, for lack of a better word. Like,
Yeah.
as much as I could try to sound like a Sarah Vaughan or Ella Fitzgerald, I'll never be able to quite, get it because I was born in a different time. I have different musical influences. I have a different body. I have a different, physical everything. So it's just, we have our voices. It's just how are we going to shape that through the influences that we draw from? And so my voice has been shaped through so many different musical styles and influences and voices and artists. But at the end of the day, the way that I filter those influences determines
Yeah.
my own unique voice.
Hmm. Well, speaking of being part of a new generation, you're one of the first jazz artists to truly connect with new generations through TikTok, for instance.
Mhm.
What role have social media played in your career?
Oh man, it's given me the opportunity to share my music with the masses, and have people who were never exposed to jazz sort of introduced to it for the first time through me,
Hmm.
Like it's really a shock to have people come to the concert and say, "You are my first jazz concert ever." I never heard it on the radio. I never listened to any other artist. It's been around for years. And the fact that I'm kind of the entry point for a lot of people is very special. It's shocking, but it's very special, and it I don't know, it's very cool. I'm glad that I'm offering at least one way in, because there are many different artists that you can listen to, and you might prefer, but the fact that I'm an entry point for a lot of people is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, that sounds truly amazing. How do you balance this digital exposure with the depth and emotional weight the music demands?
Mm, that's a good question. I feel like I have to constantly remind myself that um you only how do I say this? I want to be able to have something of substance to share. And
Hmm.
so if I'm
Hmm.
on digital platforms, always just like me, I want to be able to share something authentic and true, um, rather than, you know, something fake, because I think longevity comes when you truly love what you do. Longevity
Yeah.
comes when you're really passionate about something and you want to do it for a long time and you want to explore every possible angle and area. And so I think digital exposure has been great, but what am I going to do 2 to 5 to 10 years from now when certain digital things no longer exist or they exist on a different platform? you know
Uh-huh.
no matter how the digital world changes, I want to be consistent as an artist in what I present. So that's how I try to balance it.
Well, that's really good to hear. What about the this early success? Do you feel some pressure about what come next, or maybe do you see it like more creative freedom when you get an award such important as a Grammy, when you get this recognition? It's pressure, it's freedom, it's a mix of both.
Yeah, I think I feel mostly freedom because
Hmm.
I got to this point and I got the recognition by being myself. And so if I had gotten the recognition for doing something that wasn't true to what I do, then I'd be like, gee, how do I keep this up? How do I keep up this fake persona in order
Yeah.
to keep, but because I got that from just doing what I love, then the easy part is just to continue doing that. And whatever award or recognition comes from that is just icing on the cake.
Well, you are performing here in Chile on July 27. What
Mhm.
can this Chilean audience expect from your live show? Will we get to hear songs from Portrait, for instance, from all your albums?
Yes, I you can expect some portrait songs. There are some new arrangements that have made their way into the mix over the last couple of months. Some new songs, maybe even a song in Spanish if I can get my Duolingo lessons up. But but you can expect to hear a very full set of music.
Um, what are you hoping? Well, this is the final question, Samara. What are you hoping to discover during this visit to Chile? I don't know if you are the kind of person who tries local food, explores the city, listens to local
Mhm.
music.
I'd like to just go for a walk. When we
Mhm.
arrive in a new city, I just like to walk around and just see whether it's the main attractions or sites or just seeing the way people interact, um, trying all kinds of new food. So I'm ready for everything.